Welcome to the Confidence in You podcast, designed to help you build confidence and create positive, lasting change in your life. And here's your host, Helen Luxford.
Hi there, and welcome back again today to the podcast. Thanks for being here. Today I want to talk about how to process and let go of memories associated with past events, particularly past events that were traumatic or upsetting or sad or hurtful. So I want to talk about our memories because that's where we store all of the information in our brain. Memories are the threads that make up the tapestry of our lives. They are the stories that we tell ourselves and others about who we are and what we have experienced. But they don't and shouldn't define us. While memories can be comforting, they can also be painful, especially when they are associated with traumatic events from the past. Our minds are very powerful, like a supercomputer, and they store every experience. They store it in the archives of our mind. And we don't even know consciously or logically or understand this, but our mind does store everything that's ever happened to us. Because our mind stores everything, in order for it to function effectively, it needs to compartmentalize things. So it has the archive section where it stores things so that we don't have to constantly use that part of the mind every day. It's stored back there in the archive so that we can call those things in times of need. It puts them in our unconscious part of our mind, and we're only aware of them when they pop up out of the archives. And sometimes they pop up at the most inconvenient times. This is because the brain is recalling that information in challenging or troubling times to keep us safe. Like, it's our natural instinct to jump out of the way if we're walking across a road and a car's coming at us, or how we instantly react to move away from danger. These are all things stored in the unconscious part of our mind, and they just pop up to keep us safe when we need them. Because our brain would explode if it had to keep processing every memory of every event, every moment of every day. So it compartmentalizes it into the unconscious part of our brain. But it is built to recall anything from the archives in an instant, and it does so in order to help us deal with current situations. Because our brain, its job is to keep us safe. And it does this by going back into the archives and recalling a similar event from the past, and it drives us emotionally to react in the same way, because last time that's what kept us safe. But we've grown and we've moved on from that past event, and we're more able to deal with things differently now, even just because of hindsight. But our mind doesn't know that. It doesn't do that. It reacts in a way that we did last time. And it's this looping and triggering and spiraling process that can keep you stuck in the past. This can result in past experiences ruling your present life, causing you to make decisions based on old emotions, triggers, reactions, rather than on what is happening in the present moment. However, we have the power to change this and to let go of the emotional connections with past traumatic events, freeing ourselves to live life today with a new lens and with more confidence about our abilities because we've learned from the past. Our supercomputer minds store information in their memory, in their archives, and unlike computers, there is no storage limit. Our minds store absolutely everything. This means that when we experience a traumatic event, our minds store it in a way that is easily accessible and quickly recalled. This is because our minds are wired to protect us from danger, to keep us safe. And it does so by storing these past events in a way that is easily accessible and to help us react quickly if a similar situation arises again. The problem is that we react. Even years later, our minds still recall these past events so quickly and so reactionary, meaning that those emotions rise up so quickly, causing us to relive them energetically, emotionally inside us and to react in the present moment as if we were reliving that old event again now, even though we're not. This can be problematic if the past event is associated with strong emotions such as hurt, fear, anger, sadness, guilt, or shame. So what we can do is we can recognise that whilst we can't change the past, we can change our association and emotional connection to those past traumatic events. We can do so by learning how to let go of the emotional connections that aren't serving us anymore with these past events. And by doing so, you can free yourself from being ruled by them, and you can make decisions and take action based on what is happening today. This allows you to step into life with confidence rather than being held back by reacting based on the past. You can be confident because you know that you've grown and you've learnt from your past experiences. And this gives you more information and more power if you allow yourself to slow down, take a breath, and respond from a current situation, from how you're feeling today, not how you're feeling driven by that past event. And so here are 5 recommendations for learning to let go of memories associated with past events. Number 1, acknowledge the pain. The first step in letting go of painful or traumatic past events or memories is to acknowledge the pain that occurred at that time. This means facing the emotions that come up when you think about that past event. So you may have been suppressing them, quashing them, or stuffing them down inside you. And if you have, now is a good time to process them instead. Next time you feel those emotions rising or coming up, or you're reacting in a way that you now recognise is because of a past event, just acknowledge it, be kind to yourself, and allow yourself to fully feel it. This will help you process those emotions and start to let them go. You have to feel it to heal it. This will help you leave those emotional attachments back there, back in the past where it happened. Number 2 is to reframe your thoughts. In a past episode, I talk about observing, catching, changing, and re-engaging differently. So reframe your thoughts. Our thoughts play a huge role in shaping our emotions and our experiences. By changing the way we think or view a situation, particularly a past traumatic event, we can change our emotional response to it. So if you look back at that event and you step outside yourself and you see it differently, what do you notice that's different? If you can reframe your thoughts around it, about that event from negative, hurtful, sad, or painful by looking for what you've learned from this experience, can be a really good way of reframing it. So what did you learn from that past event? Did you learn to be more discerning? Did you learn to not do something or not do something in a certain way? Did you learn that you can trust yourself more? Did you learn to listen to your instincts? Did you learn that it's okay to ask for help? So next time you're in a similar situation, instead of it playing out the same way because you tried to do it all by yourself, that you now know that you can ask for help. What are the lessons? Whatever the lessons are, look for them. Embrace them, even if it's hard to face. Because remember, the lessons from the past experiences will help you grow and learn and do things differently in the future. And hindsight is a wonderful lesson and a really good way to help you reframe your thoughts. In hindsight, what would you do differently? Because that's a lesson in and of itself. Number 3 is practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for resetting our nervous system and creating a break in negative thoughts. When we're mindful, we are fully present in the moment, in the present, right now, just focusing on now. Which means we remove ourselves from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Mindfulness can help break the cycle of reliving traumatic experiences and can help bring peace and calm inwards for you. The practice of being mindful is so powerful to restore balance. You can practice being mindful by just sitting and watching the world go by, or by looking at your surroundings, by closing your eyes and focusing on your breath, by following a guided mindfulness meditation. There are so many mindfulness meditations available online. Google them and find one that works for you. I suggest if you're new to mindfulness, start with a short 5 or 10-minute one and go from there. Build on it and build a mindfulness practice into your daily routine. It's a great way to start or end your day or both. Create a morning and a nighttime ritual with a short mindfulness meditation and notice how different you feel once you build this into your daily routine. Number 4 is engage in self-care. This is one you'll hear me talking about a lot because it's such a massive thing that we need to do for ourselves. Taking care of you is essential when it comes to living life. Practicing self-care activities can assist you in letting go of emotions associated with past experiences. Self-care is about engaging in activities that bring you joy. They don't have to be elaborate or costly. They can be simple, they can take 5 minutes, or they can take a whole day. I invite you to create a list now of 5 things you can do by yourself that bring you joy. And when you're creating that list of 5 things, think about what you like to do, what makes you feel good. What hobbies do you enjoy or that you used to enjoy? How much time do you spend with loved ones or exercising or sitting quietly, reading, taking a walk, going to a movie? When was the last time you took an hour to do something just for you? If you like going to the galleries, when was the last time you did that? If you like sitting having a coffee by yourself, when was the last time you did that? Whatever it is for you, when was the last time you allowed yourself the time and space to do something just for yourself? Think about how you can build in an activity that you enjoy into your day. Create time every day. How can you prioritize a date with yourself? How can you build in that 15 to 60 minutes a day just for you? How can you block out time? Can you block out your lunchtime and do something for you then? How can you create the space to take some time out just for you? Self-care is a holistic approach. Yes, it's about creating time and space to refill your cup. And it's also about taking care of your physical health by eating well, sleeping enough, and getting regular exercise. So do a review of where you're at in all of those spaces, doing things that fill up your cup, eating well, getting enough sleep, and doing regular exercise. And then find some time, create a date with yourself, and build that into your daily routine. Because you need to look after yourself first. How can you look after others if you're not looking after yourself? How can you give to others if your cup is empty? So prioritize you. Do things that fill up your cup. And number 5 is seek support. Ask for help. You might be very willing to jump in and help others, but how often do you ask for help yourself? People love to help others. It puts you in a nice state. But what is it that makes us resistant to asking for help when we need it? Practice asking for help. Ask someone to do something for you, something little, like can they put the trash out or do the dishes or clean the countertop or do something for you at work? What is something that you can let go of and ask someone else to do? It's amazing when you do ask for help, just how helpful others can and want to be. We sometimes put limitations on ourselves because we think we should do things, whereas in fact, others can and are more than happy to help out. And also, sometimes we need help with changing our thoughts or our mindset. If so, ask for help, because with help, you can change your mindset. Changing how you remember and view things from the past may be challenging. So if you experience a blockage or challenges in doing this and being able to let go of past events or memories that are no longer serving you, seek support from friends, family, a coach or a mental health professional. Because talking to others can be extremely helpful. Sometimes when we talk out loud about things, it gives us a new perspective. Talking about your experiences with someone who is supportive can help you process your emotions and be able to see things with a different lens, with hindsight. and this can help you start to move forward. In summary, letting go of memories associated with past events can be a powerful way to free yourself from being ruled by the past and to feel free from that cycle of repetition or spiraling or triggers that may be keeping you stuck. We can't change the past. We can't change what's happened, but we can change our emotional response to it so that it doesn't control us anymore. Acknowledge your past for what it is. It's in the past. Thank it for the lessons you've learned. See yourself through your new experienced self. See things with a new lens and allow yourself to respond differently, to respond rather than react to events that may be triggering for you. And if you need help and support, please do so. Please reach out and talk to a friend, engage a coach, or seek therapy. Thank you for listening and for sharing this podcast with family and friends. And I'd really appreciate you liking and following me on iTunes so that together we can reach more people. Until next time, let your light shine and bye for now.